on Saturday night, and the latest trade rumours that forecast not one, but two major moves from the Warriors ahead of the mid-season deadline. Welcome back to the Golden State with Mates podcast. Hope everyone's had a good weekend or is having a good weekend depending on where you are at the time. It is a reasonable weekend, it must be said, for the Warriors.
What's going on, YouTube? This is Mad Dog TV. What's going on? Statistics compared to what Shedeur Sanders did today. I liked a whole lot of what I saw from Shedeur Sanders today at home against a very good, very hot Buffalo team, especially against an extremely experienced and hot and opportunistic Buffalo defense. I saw today exactly what Shedeur said that Cleveland would see before his first start, remember, at Las Vegas. What Cleveland has been looking for. I saw a franchise quarterback. I saw a future star in the National Football League. I saw a young quarterback who's making so many NFL teams look like fools with his performances. Again, not huge yards today, but 20 of 29 for 157 yards. And don't forget that for a while he was out because he banged his pinky finger, I think it was on a helmet, and lacerated the tip of it. Had to go to the locker room and get that mended. Sucked it up, came out. He's a tough kid. I keep saying this before the draft. I was saying, I have never, I've been doing this a long time, and I've watched a ton of college football.
However, luck grows out of adversity.
I have never seen a tougher college quarterback than Shedeur Sanders. He took such a beating in his 2 years in Colorado and showed me no flinch, no grimace, no quit. He just kept taking shots, jumping up, let's go, call another play, throw another completion. Don't question his physical toughness, and he showed you that again today. In the big picture, he showed you that he can operate that offense, even though the other serious injury that Cleveland suffered was Judkins. Sean Judkins. It looked terrible. It looked horrible. It was so bad. It looked bad live, and then they wouldn't even show the replay. So it's a big loss. But still, they operated. Still, they hung in. Still, the final score was only 23-20 Buffalo because Shedeur went 8 of 14 in company, obviously, on operating the offense. They went 8 of 14 on third down. 8 of 14. That's really good against Buffalo. Really good. Here are Shedeur's drives that he engineered. 69 yards in 8 plays for that first touchdown. 13 yards to Fan Jr. for that touchdown pass. Then he goes 65 in 13 plays for a field goal that cut it to 13-10. Then he goes 67 yards in 14 plays.
Now to the bridal chamber.
And then he goes, Fannin, don't get me started on Stefanski. I'm not going to kill Stefanski. That'd be let Fannin take it in from 1 yard out by running the tight end sort of tush-push play, if you will. Okay, whatever. But then 43 yards in 8 plays for the field goal that cut it to 23-20. So look at these drives. An 8-play drive, 13-play, 14-play, and 8-play drive, all for points. That's operating an offense. That's command. That's poise under fire against a very good opportunistic defense that will take the ball away. So speaking of, 2 interceptions today, both avoidable. First one at 2nd and 13 at the Buffalo 30, and this is not good.
Don't you recognize?
Shedeur had Judkins out of the backfield on a little quick slant across the middle, out of the backfield.
You're finally back.
And threw just slightly behind him, and Judkins is not a wide receiver, so it's here, and Should he have caught it? It wasn't a good pass, but it wasn't a horrible. He didn't just flat out miss him. He got both hands on the pass and obviously tips it right up in the air. And Jordan Poyer got it. He's everywhere. You talk about a ball hawk safety. Whew. Okay, not a good pass. Got to do better. Shedeur will be the first to tell you. But I'm going to remind you that Peyton Manning in his rookie year started and led the league in interceptions. It just takes time to learn the speed of the game. I definitely agree with everything Skip Bayless had to say, but what I don't understand is why some NFL fans give quarterbacks like Jackson Dart a pass after throwing 2 yards in the first half. 33-yard performance, 1 interception, 5 sacks performance against the Vikings. You guys give him a pass, but you don't say anything about quarterbacks like this. But when it comes to Shedeur Sanders, you guys say he hold the ball too long. Cleveland Browns should get a first-round quarterback and all this BS. Yeah, quarterback performance like what Jackson Dart put on tape today is excusable because it's Jackson Dart. I understand why you guys give quarterbacks like him a pass other than Shedeur Sanders, and I'm sure most of you understand that as well. You guys get down in the comments and let me know, how do you guys...
She's been deaf and mute since her childhood. Being a loafer was miserable. But whenever I recalled the moment when Dad swore, it made me too scared to come back. Indeed, you haven't seen him in 10 years. You've been left without a word. Oh, hey, why hasn't your husband come back yet?
So, ever since I moved to LA, I have tried every hairstyle you could imagine. Seriously, every single one. And during that time, having the USA experiences and just sort of international experiences you've had, has your perspective changed a little bit? It's just seeing how other guys are able to move and operate?
Yeah, for sure. That brand of basketball is some of the most uncomfortable basketball you'll ever play. And I say that because when you walk in the room, everybody's the guy on their team. So you're coming to a situation where, like, all right, who's really going to sacrifice to run to the corner so Steph can get an open shot? And it's like, those are the type of sacrifices that people don't talk about. They just see a team full of stacked players and they think like, well, you know, you got 2 weeks to figure it out.
Yeah.
But it's some of the most uncomfortable basketball, but it's also some of the purest basketball you'll play. Because it's not about stats. It's not about money. You don't have no contracts involved. It's solely about winning goals. Because, like, the difference between, like, winning an NBA championship, and I've never done that, but, like, a gold medal, like, you see people getting bronze medals, and they're crying. And you see when guys go play for their country, how different they play. Like, Ricky Rubio in the league was getting like 10 and 10 assists.
You treat this idiot better than him.
You put him in that,
I know what
in his country's jersey.
You want to invest
Ricky Rubio gave us 40.
I know he acted
Like that, but like
but
that's the type of like pride that goes into like wearing your country, and like I feel like a lot of like players, like European players, when they ask, would you rather win an NBA championship or a gold medal, a lot of them will say gold medal because it's like,
because it means more.
yeah, when you get solidified in your country,
where you come from,
man.
Also, they've been doing it together for so long.
Yeah,
That's the other
it's like
thing.
they're like, I feel like the European teams and your players, they're built for, you know, the Olympics. Like, they start them young. Right, they start them in professional when they're 16, 17, and so they're with their national team all the way out through, and then like once they get old enough to play on the big team, you know, like this is what we're shooting for, you know, like, and especially with being on the USA team, I feel like every single time the target's on their back, like whether even like the years when it was the Redeem team or whatever, like the target was on their back, like, and anything less is a failure. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the crazy part.
Like, I don't like to talk about pressure because, you know, pressure is different, but like the amount of eyes
So,
They
start
were on us.
practicing now.
Like my first one, we lost a couple games. I didn't realize how much hate you would get.
Were they coming for you?
No, just the team in general.
Yeah.
Like, you lose a couple games, and it's like, man, it's first time they lost an expedition game or whatever, exhibition game against
they're flaming you for sure.
Dog,
I seen it on social media.
But it's like,
I seen
it's
it.
from
North of the burner.
Yeah, that's right. You got damn it.
like it's crazy how like you're out there for our country, obviously, and you lose a couple games, and they're like, oh, they're not gonna win. They're like, this is the worst team ever assembled, yada yada yada, and then we win, and it's like,
Y'all supposed to win that. Good,
yeah,
good
great
job.
job, go home.
I remember, I think who was it, South Sudan? There was somebody in 24 that you guys beat in the games, the qualifying. It wasn't
Yeah.
even the ones that matter necessarily, but like you guys won by like 1 or 2.
Yeah,
People
South
still
Sudan.
had to freak out.
Yeah, and now it's a big thing. Like, can they get it done? They got to go against Canada. They got to go against France, and I'm like,
What's the matter?
we won the game.
Yeah, now
Did you think you were coming back in Serbia?
What is the Bronze Belt
I'm
promise?
not gonna lie. Stephen Curry is amazing. Listen,
What you
like him, like that was my
Fuck you doing, dog?
moment to realize,
You know our
like,
family's kung fu can't be taught
no,
to
y'all are
outsiders.
active like Hall of Fame.
But the reason
Like,
we
like
made it in the family,
being on the
we
court,
don't
and obviously you see some of the pictures, but I was at
100
a
years
couple
ago,
of
our
them. They
ninth
brought me out though,
grandmaster,
whatever.
created our family's kung fu.
But being on the
Our
court
10th
during that
grandmaster,
game, I was
Chen
like,
Fu Lo, flourished,
damn,
and our
like,
family became known in the
we
region.
might.
This brought endless challenges.
And then it's
to our
like
doors.
this switch just goes
Begging
off
for
in the
instruction.
huddle. It's like, nah, we got him. And it's like you see Braun at 40 just get an out, and it's just like streaking up the court. 4 dribbles, layup. KD gets the ball, and then you got the thing that I love about
Our
like
10th grandmaster
certain
welcomed all
moments of
challengers. If someone
that
came from
journey
afar,
was
we
you
could
had
give them
Melo
travel
over there like
opportunities.
coaching us.
Melo's going crazy.
Yeah, like Melo's going crazy. Get a ball, KD, everybody get out. And it's like when you're in those moments, obviously now looking out, it's like, oh, he was really under the stress. Like it was very intense in there, but like. Yeah, you have that moment where you're like, man, we're down 15, 10 minutes left.
Even in the French game, you guys weren't really down, but they were playing so well.
Yeah.
And that crowd, because I went to all the games that mattered. That crowd was like
I said, bro, like that atmosphere, you can't recreate. Like that is literally so their country. Like we're gonna bring whatever energy we need. Like if they make 2 shots in a row, it feels like they're up 10.
yeah.
That amount of like energy in a building, one, that's what you live for.
I just feel like it's so different too. Like the love and appreciation of the game is like so pure over there and overseas. Like they're coming, you see them chanting, fireworks, like stomping, cheering the whole time, sections jumping up and down. Like that's something that's like I feel like
They really embody.
I want to experience that at some point. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
did you feel like the championship run had a version of that just with the
I feel like in Canada and in Toronto, for
just
sure.
the like craziness of that.
Even
parade
the parade was crazy. The parade was crazy. Nobody, I don't think no parade would top that. But like,
I don't know, man. Miami, bro. Just,
Fast forward,
I don't know.
fast forward, June 26th.
Foreshadowing. Like I don't know, man.
the bar's pretty high. 5 million people.
We just need the whole state of Florida.
You knew all Florida.
Oh,
You North
yeah,
Florida,
all
Tallahassee,
Florida,
come down.
just come chill with us for a day.
But like even like my rookie year, we played Cleveland, the Eastern Conference Finals, and like we lost at home, and Bron's doing his post-game interview, and the stadium is still packed, and they're still cheering, they're still chanting. You know what I mean? Because like one, it was like our first time as a team or making it to the Eastern Conference Finals. And to lose like that, but like the spirit that they have and like the appreciation of like everybody leaving it all out there, you know, and doing whatever it could like to possibly win the.
What does that even mean? If the bell tolls, the clan's obliterated.
What it means is it's an omen of an impending disaster. After what happened, our 10th Grandmaster laid down the rules that our style couldn't be taught to outsiders.
So, the rule's been broken. Now that Liu Chan's become part of the family, doesn't that mean the prophecy's fulfilled? He'll bring disaster to us all.
On the all-new Disney Destiny, your legend begins. Dare to embrace your inner hero, villain, or both. On an epic vacation at sea, now sailing from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. If history has taught us anything, it's not to root against the underdog. It pays to know what's coming.
Check the group chat!
Every great leap began with a bold first step. And there's no shortage of second chances. Against impossible odds. You don't stand down. You swim first. Kalshi. Trade on anything. After the most inhumane wedding night in history, Liu Chan was exhausted. So he went out to look for food. Little did he know that overnight, the Chen villagers changed their opinion of him to that of the black sheep.
Brother Tofu, I'd like 5 bowls of tofu.
Stall's closed.
Some dough sticks then? What the hell?
Brother-in-law.
You're a native of Guanping, so why have you come here to learn Kung Fu?
Because of my mother. She told me to learn Kung Fu from Master Zhao. He brought me into the Divine Truth Cult where I met Master Dong, who said I couldn't practice anything. So my only option is Chen style. And here I am.
You were in the Divine Truth Cult?
Yeah, I fought in the Vanguard. Beat the hell out of a lot of Imperial troops. Hey, big brother, you're really good at Kung Fu. Would you teach me?
Sir. But there are no shortcuts in Kung Fu. First, you perfect the basics. Our style uses lower body strength. Calm your heart and breathe deeply.
Amazing.
Power comes from the lower body. Your stance must be firm.
That's really awesome. Come on, teach me.
Big brother, we've talked it over. Liu Chen will bring disaster. Yes, now. Come on.
What the hell?
Move it. You're leaving.
I watch my team across
Help
the
me.
stage.
We can't let you bring
I ain't
disaster
gonna
to the
lie, my
village.
team lose, I'm gonna sort of lose. I just be like, fuck this shit.
Don't forget your hat, brother-in-law.
Alright.
Chen-style kung fu can't be taught to outsiders. Only the Chens may practice it.
Let me watch this. I seen this on TikTok.
This year's ultimate holiday hack. Great gifts in as fast as an hour with Walmart Express delivery. The cozy but chic homebody needs these. Aspiring creator must-haves. Perfect for the athlete. Walmart's Express delivery for the win!
For over a century. We call it the bronze bag. It's meant for practicing kung fu, but I've never seen it.
This holiday? Yeah, what I do is when I make CDs. I put like I call them 2 batches per CD, 24 beats per CD. And it's like last year I did 5 bars, like 24 beats, 5 CDs.
This is music that I'm gonna hear at the crib, and it's on a CD that I printed here at the crib. I also print the artwork here and on here at the crib. You see that QR code? So you don't have a CD player. That QR code gets you directly to my music. So you can stream it, download it to your phone, go to my website, go to Patreon, and donate to me. Man, here at the crib. You don't need a label, you don't need a manufacturer, or a huge budget. In this guide, I'm going to show you how to take your finished music, properly burn it on the CD, print out professional work on the CD, and for your CD case, add a QR code projects in your hard drive that you can finish, but they need to be fully mixed, mastered, and normally your music is already exported for streaming, which is 48 kilohertz and 24 bit. You also want to make sure your cover art is complete, so we can go to the next step. You want to make sure the music is CD ready. That means we need to convert the files to a 44.1 kilohertz sample rate, 16-bit depth, stereo wave files. When you're converting down to 16-bit, you must apply dithering to prevent distortion and to preserve details. So one of the ways you can do this is in your own DAW. So for an example, you can use Ableton Live, open a new project, drag your finished mastered file onto the timeline. You then want to go to File, Export Audio, and these are the settings you want to choose. And then hit Export. Another way to do this is using Isotopes RX11. You can drag your 48 kilohertz master file into RX, open resample, set the target sample rate to 4400 hertz, click render. Then you want to open Dither, set the bit rate to 16-bit, or you can use the CD Safe Dither preset and click render. Then hit File, Save As, Wave, and then you want to confirm the properties to make sure it's 44.1 kilohertz and 16-bit stereo. Now you should have 2 folders with your music, one for streaming and one for CDs. Next is to burn the songs onto a CD. So today I'm using an Asus ZenDrive external burner, and the CDs are verbatim CD-Rs, 700 megabytes, 52X, printable disc. This allows me to print art onto the actual CD. The link will be in the description if you guys want to check these out. So if you have a Mac, you can open the Music app. If you have a Windows, you can open up iTunes, or your preferred way to burn a CD. You're going to want to create a playlist of your music. Drag your CD-ready wave files into this new playlist. You want to check the track order, any metadata like the artist name, the album name. You can edit it here, insert a blank CD art. Then you're going to right-click on the playlist, and then hit burn playlist to this.
I can handle the money, don't move.
Next step to make this fun and customizable is print your CD artwork onto the CD. So today I'm using a printer. It's an Epson XP 6100. The link will also be in the description. I'm also using some verbatim slim jewel cases. But to print directly onto the CD, obviously you want to make sure you have artwork. Typically it's a square 3000 by 3000, so you can download and open the Epson CD print software. This software is literally for importing your artwork, dragging on the CD, and printing. The Epson printer actually comes with a tray specifically for CDs and DVDs, and for those that get this printer, it was hidden at the very bottom. It is hidden, it is there. If you place your CD onto this tray, there's these little arrows where you place the tray on the software and it prints. Of course, this is after you properly set the printer. Now your design should be directly on your disc.
Is a sore loser, raging.
And now we want to print out the cover art for the jewel cases. So you can open up Photoshop or anything similar. You want to create a new canvas, 4.75 by 4.75 for the front cover. Import your artwork. You can print on glossy or matte photo paper to get that CD cover look. You can trim the edges with the paper cutter and then insert your artwork into your jewel case.
And furthermore,
next, we want to test the CD to make sure it actually plays. I'm going to use a reliable CD player. Here I'm using this wireless CD player. It's an R300. It's less than $100. Unless you want to get some good speakers. I have this JBL wireless speaker here. But you want to check for those skips, distortions. Make sure the track's in the right order, the timing in between each track, and make sure all the artwork looks good. Next, we want to create a digital landing page and a QR code. This allows people to have access to the music digitally, whether they want to stream it or download it for themselves to put on their phone or to any other devices. I'm using Bitly.com. You want this landing page to have the project's name, the artist's name, your social media links, your email address, contact information, streaming links. I'm using a private link to SoundCloud, so whoever has this link can stream the entire album. Right now I'm using Google Drive, your artist website or website to your music, support links like your Patreon, and a donate link. After you created this landing page, it gives you an option to create a QR code. I would then copy this QR code, go back to Photoshop, create a new canvas, paste the QR code, and print some out to tape inside your CD case. So now your CD should look like this. You should have your artwork on the outside,
You have to express your gratitude by marrying him and staying with him forever?
That's very informative information.
You should love him like you loved Fung's and Jim.
this. Your form's all over the place.
Says who? I know it inside out. I even practiced it backwards.
How dare you talk back? Let go. Let go.
Hey! Grandmaster, I angered my master.
The day your master stops being angry at you, that's the day you perfected your kung fu. Come on.
Excuse me? You're reading wrong.
There's one thing I don't understand.
Show me your book.
You're the
I'm going to take a picture of it. Now it's going to scan it and read it to you. As I sit here with one.
Whenever I appear as the grand
So today, I really think somebody tried to get ahead of something, because actually it gets a little wild. In today's video, Charleston White says he's bigger than Say Cheese, bigger than Vlad, bigger than Academics, and even bigger than YouTube itself. But here's the part nobody's asking. If you're really bigger than the platform, why does the platform still decide whether you eat or starve? Because in this clip, Charleston White says he walked away, and Say Cheese said he got fired. And with two sides to opposite stories, that's not confidence, that's power struggle. So today, we're breaking down what actually happened, why this moment matters to every creator, and why being loud doesn't mean you're free. You're not free of a whole bunch of things that you think you are. We've watched certain things get done and get said, but you know what? Let's let it all play out real quick. I'm gonna show y'all some clips, react a little bit, and then y'all know when you get to the end, you get to the killer part. So make sure you stay to the very end, and comment your thoughts as you watch this, because I think a lot of y'all can even point out the BS.
Say Cheese TV, Vlad TV, the Breakfast Club, you name it, Academics, I'm bigger than all of that. Alone, I'm the most recognizable face and brand than y'all. Who is Vlad TV? Won't nobody know. Charleston White, everybody knows.
So then, this fool Say Cheese put this up. Charleston White and Sean Cotton part ways after 5 years of doing business, saying he's outgrown YouTube and Say Cheese. Y'all pay me out to be negative. I'm bigger than Say Cheese, Vlad, No Jumper, Academics. I'm moving on from YouTube. And Say Cheese put this right here. Charleston White will no longer be doing interviews on our platform. He is officially fired. Which to me says to myself, like, why would he do that? Because Say Cheese, when you say that, you either didn't know what Charleston White said, or Charleston White got ahead of you. But we're gonna run these clips.
Her body was sent back to England in regard to her wishes.
Bust it down. Compared to Joe Rogan, tells the whole story. They won't ever come back and bust it down.
Bam! Y'all wanna make some free money? Hit free cash. Yep, hit that. Entire thing doesn't have a clips channel when it 100% has a clips channel. So there you go. We can go to the oldest. 8 years ago. So Joe has been putting out clips. It's a way in which you do it. Vlad does the same freaking thing. Joe Rogan actually does it in a way where, I hate to say it in this way, where a lot of you people need to do it this exact way. But hey, it is what it is.
I said, if I don't call this and say, nigga, post my movie, you won't post it. Hey, man, I'm on tour. You never post my coming
tour. You do a million different things, bro. I can't post a million different things.
You can't find one post that posts something positive about me.
Who haven't?
Say Cheese TV platform.
Bro, you don't want to...
Name one.
When you, before you blew up, when you went to the city hall, that's not positive.
No.
When you was in...
Whoa.
When we were in Detroit, when you were in Detroit and you gave people money, you want me to keep going? I think
that to you.
No. I think no, you didn't.
I said that to you.
I screen recorded that on my phone.
I said that to you.
Send it to me.
I said that to you.
A lot of stuff you do, bro.
Hold on. When have I been to City Hall since I've been famous?
What do you mean?
When you said you posted my been?
It was still positive. I still went back.
Since I've been famous, when have I been to City Hall?
I don't know.
I haven't.
It's still positive.
You post all my negative shit.
It's still positive.
Nuh-uh.
It's still positive.
No.
Bro, I booked you for your own show. Like, I do a lot of...
So
you can't be mad because you control the narrative, bro.
I'm not mad.
You can't do that.
I'm not mad. I just sat there with two major companies and deals. They showed me your analytical data on me. And they showed me that. I didn't look at that. I'm happy with making $10,000 with your title. Yeah. But we growing, and people over here say, hey, let me show you something. Compare it to this. They're making a comparison.
Yeah.
I'm not. They're making a comparison. And they can, if you go look on paper and you do this to this, you're going to see a long list of this and a short, small list of that. Short, small list of that. So all I'm saying is, it's noticeable to others outside of us because we're on the inside looking out. They're on the outside looking in, looking to pull out. See what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is, YouTube is not going to let black people be what they want to be unless it's painted in a negative light.
The mayonnaise?
Because that's what we set out with, which I'm not complaining. It don't affect me one way or another, except
I
Brandon.
just caught on the titties the whole time. Is that neck brace? Oh, nah, that's some woman shit.
Do you take like any ownership for yourself? Like, do you actually take ownership for yourself? Because you went viral a couple of years ago for something you said actually not on that platform. That's when your cancellation started happening because you thought you couldn't be touched.
Back to the Factor Uncensored, activist and comedian Charleston White. We all love to watch him go off on social media, but tonight he may have gone too far according to critics. In a new video, they say he went on a hateful rant against rapper China Mac and the entire Asian community. Take a listen.
Lemonade Pet Insurance can save you up to 90% on vet bills. That can add up to thousands of dollars a year.
Community, take a listen.
China Mac, just Chinese people, all that died in the Hiroshima bomb thing, whatever it is, the people here don't want to all the Chinese, whatever the raised to say, don't give a damn about women in the Chinese culture. They want to destroy all the women and keep all the men. People are y'all. I hate Chinese people, I swear.
Wow, sends chills down my spine. That's only part of it. Reportedly, White also suggested Chinese women should be raped by black men. An upcoming comedy show in New York City has been canceled as a result. His show in New York City.
So I'm saying everybody on YouTube,
no quick fixes necessary.
how can you make your following transition into market and brand sales? And that's what I've been able to do. That's what they're looking at. 5 years from now, YouTube won't produce no money. Because of the stipulation.
They said that 10 years ago.
Yeah, well, we see it now. More and more black people making more and more less. So it's small things that we don't know, that they know, that we're not learning. That's tweaking our numbers and our money and our values.
So when the lights
So that's all I'm saying.
So 2026, you're not doing as many interviews as you were this year.
Holidays. Stay powered with a Generac home standby generator.
We gotta go streaming. This is good for. I don't do many now. Yeah, I don't do many now. Outside with you, but I'm trying to make myself less accessible to a YouTube crowd. So I can go over there to the ring. If that's what you're trying to do, that's what you want. That's what you have to do. Get off YouTube if you want to ring sales.
So what I did is I just went ahead and got on ChatGPT, which is not biased to any of these because ChatGPT isn't owned by Google and it's not owned by streaming platforms. So I asked the question, and I asked flat out, which one is going to last longer? Who's the better one? It says longevity winner, YouTube. Why YouTube survives everything. Evergreen content. Videos from 2012 still making money today. Search-based discovery. People look for shit. YouTube answers it. Low barrier entry. One camera, one mic. You're in business. Creator-owned libraries. You own the catalog, not the platform. Creator-owned libraries. You own the content, not the platform. Multiple revenue lanes. Ads, memberships, super thanks, affiliates, brand deals, merch. YouTube isn't a trend. It's an infrastructure like Google search or email. Streamers, problem. Basically, streaming's problem. Live streaming specifically. Platforms like Twitch, Kick, Facebook Live. Live streaming burns out. Ephemeral as hell. Missed it live, it's dead. Time lock, if you ain't there, you ain't getting views. Creator burnout. Gotta show up every single day. Algorithm dependency. No archive push like YouTube search. Revenue vitality. Vitality. Donations dry up. Subs drop. Hypes die. Streaming is like a nightclub. YouTube is real estate. So, when they're saying Netflix style streaming, platforms like Netflix, Hulu, they exist, sure, but their subscription cap, massively expensive, not creator friendly, an audience rotate, not build loyalty. So there you go. Creators don't own shit then. The real answer, this is the cheat code. Streaming is cool. YouTube is the foundation. Smart creators do this. They stream for energy, moments, clip that shit, upload it to YouTube, let search algorithm print forever. That's why streamers fall off. YouTubers age like fine wine. It just is what it is. When you look at it, basically, bottom line, no sugarcoat. Streaming, temporary attention. YouTube, permanent leverage. One pays you today, the other pays you for years. If the internet got hit with a reset tomorrow, YouTube creators would rebuild first. Part of me really hopes this is real. Part of me really hopes that Charleston White and Say Cheese fell off. Not because Teddy Nash and Say Cheese are on YouTube. No. I don't even really rock with Say Cheese like that. Personal level, personal shit. But it is what it is. But because he gonna crawl back. And you judge a person off of their past. You mean to tell me, right? And I want people to really understand this part. Charleston White basically left saving kids, being an activist because he said people weren't listening, people weren't paying attention, all of this shit. Martin Luther King died broke. Malcolm X died broke. All of these people were not in it for the money. When you're in it for the money, you're a capitalist. And so since Charleston White's message was not true, it was only going to be what he really wanted. And the truth is, he was in it for the money. See, Say Cheese put him in a friendship bracket when that should have never been the case. You should have kept it business with him. He's not taking responsibility for what he said. All the shit that Charleston White went viral for is a lot of the shit he done off of Say Cheese. Just is the facts. So when you say certain things, it's like, hell nah. See, the way you just turn on a person who helped start you, who helped create you, well, God created you. But he helped. You know, young thug voice. You do realize, bro, you lose.
Both for the safety of our
them cats gonna burn you out. They are. You talking about brand deals? You're not gonna get them. You wanna know why? You have a history of hating stuff. Did you get away with that? No. The stuff you said about Jewish folks, you think they're gonna let you get away with that? No. So what you said about white people, what you said about Jewish people, what you said about black people, what you said about Hispanic people, what you said about Asian people, and all you're gonna do is say, oh no, it was inclusion. It was inclusion. It doesn't matter. See, one person criticizing their own, ain't nobody finna trip off that. I can't tell you how to be like you. But what I can do is give you the outside looking in of what it looks like. The only way that works in a type of reverse is men to women, women to men. Because we're speaking on wants and needs from the others and what we're seeing from a standpoint of where we're at versus what we used to see.
Big save big at Nordstrom Rack.
Ooh, big gift energy.
The biggest gifts and the biggest deals up to 70% off. For loved ones big and small. All the biggest brands.
We're seeing from a standpoint of where we're at versus what we used to see. But it's not gonna happen, bro. I hope this ain't a play. I hope Charleston White leaves Say Cheese so Say Cheese can get back to what he used to do. And that's interview cats who are on the up and up, on the upcoming, as far as rappers go, and tell their stories and all of this shit. Do that.
Who asked you to come back?
Yeah, all right. You and Charleston White, y'all made some money together. Y'all made some history together. But Charleston White, you forget. The shit you're talking about happened on YouTube. Why you can't start a YouTube channel and make all the money for your damn self?
I felt something wasn't right.
See, you always talk about what others is doing and all this shit, but what have you done?
In fact, his real mission was to investigate.
You managed to get yourself booted off of YouTube for the shit you were saying. You think you can go on Kick and on whatever the hell that other thing is, Twitch? You can go on Kick and Twitch and basically make it. Matter of fact, if I'm not confused, I could have sworn. Let me make sure this is up. I could have sworn Kick is actually in the red. Hold on, which streaming platform is in the negative?
I don't get you sometimes.
One of them is actually lying, and they're busting down on these cats getting all of these freaking body streams.
Kill me in no time.
Just trust me.
Let me see, because this was a whole entire thing a while ago.
Go.
I want to say it was Kick. Yeah, it's Kick. Kick is currently in the red, bro, because they're taking a lot of their money and they basically are trying to.
Lean slightly.
I'm gonna say this in a way that don't sound like I'm hating, because I'm really not. I really want me personally, I want them all to win. I know some of y'all gonna be like, hell no, you don't want more win City Niggas. You're lying. No, because it has to be that way. I don't know, this is sideways. I don't know. It has to be that way. We have Hulu, we have Netflix, we have Amazon Prime, we have well, yeah, Paramount Plus, but I believe no, that's Warner Bros. I don't remember. Somebody else is getting rid of that shit. Anyways, bro, we still have all these other streaming services, bro. So I'm not one of those individuals who go, we need to put all our eggs in one basket, because for every Coca-Cola, there's a Pepsi and an RC Cola and whatever off-brand shit. So I'm not one of those people that's hated. But at the end of the day, bro, Charleston White, bro, you gonna get what you want. And that's alienated. You gonna come back to Say Cheese and try to run stuff or something like that? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you ask Say Cheese for mentorship or for a sub channel, and where you could do shit and then y'all take a percentage? That's one thing that I always hated, that Adam and AD and all them cats couldn't understand. Like, why couldn't it that y'all has just said, you know what, bro, I got no jumper clips, let's go ahead and create a channel, put the structure there, hire certain personnel, help them run their stuff, help them get guests, so those who don't know, hey, bro, this is AD and them stuff, we help it run, we'll take our percentage, boom, back on Fig, this is what we'll do it that certain way, we'll take our percentage, we'll provide the startup costs, this, and this, and we'll invest in it. Y'all got full, whatever the hell y'all want to do, just chip me my percentage, and we good. Y'all take 80%, I'll take 20. Y'all take 80%.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
Let's get a little detail on this joint, This Diplomat Championship.
After public comments about leaning more on the veterans, Steve Kerr had no choice but to give rookie Will Richard a chance. Even after multiple DNPs, Richard immediately made an impact, scoring 20 points on efficient shooting in just 19 minutes and completely changing the course of the game. I want to break down his high IQ, high effort plays and show how he forced Kerr's hand and made him impossible to take out of the rotation. So let's get to it. Golden State allowed a ridiculous 44 points in the first quarter. The Suns were getting every open look they wanted and knocking them down. Richard got put in later in the first quarter in a rotation, replacing the awful Buddy Hield, who has inexplicably played every single game since he became a Warrior. Richard's impact was immediately felt. On this Butler post-up on the pitch post, Phoenix knows that Jimmy will try to abuse this mismatch. Since Iguodala is barely shading as the weak side low man, Butler attacks the baseline angle early, getting a step on the defender and forcing the Suns into rotations. Now Iguodala has to come help, and with Gillespie dropping down to choose between the cutting Jackson Davis or Richard on the wing, it is fundamental basketball when a player is driving baseline for the weak side guard to drop lower to the corner for the easy kick-out pass, especially when Butler loves to jump pass. Richard makes himself available and confidently shoots a catch-and-shoot three. What would have been a brick for Buddy Hield becomes a necessary three-point bucket by the rookie. In one of my earlier Will Richard videos, I talked about how he consistently crashes the offensive board from the weak side. As a defender, you don't expect the guard to come flying in, but Richard makes himself useful. The second pass, Spencer gets a step and drives on Booker. Richard does not stay put on the perimeter and slot cuts to the paint. With his defender done not paying attention, Richard can either receive the pass for a high percentage shot at the rim, or in this case, follow up the block shot without a proper box out. Richard's wide open and gets a huge tip in to follow up the miss. These are high effort plays solely from using his athleticism and motor.
I don't like practicing Kung Fu, okay?
This shot was when we knew he was hot. You can't see Richard in the beginning of the play now because he is either crashing the rebounds or he is leaking out way ahead of everyone to start early offense for the Warriors. Steph tosses the ball full court down to Richard, who is wide open on the right corner. Seeing Devin Booker close out on him, he attacks off the catch and instead of driving, he sidesteps. Look at the ridiculous amount of space he covers on this sidestep. This not only freezes the defender, but created an absurd amount of space from one dribble. Even with 19 seconds on the shot clock, the confident rookie lets one fly and drops an impressive triple.
I had to come back to our village.
I wanted to break down a play that does not involve any stats, but shows Richard's high IQ on the defensive end and getting a stop. Off a mountain turnover, the Suns are on the fast break, but you can see Richard already on the right side of your screen, sprinting back right away. With Dylan Brooks having a 3-on-2 advantage here, Richard turns around to play the diving Mark Williams first, but then recognizes Brooks' tendencies to look for his own shot and begins to close out. What would have been an easy lob to the big man now becomes a semi-contested fast break three with a hand to face, which you would absolutely take if you're a Golden State here in this situation. Melton comes out of nowhere to tap the ball out to the perimeter for a loose ball, but you would imagine Brooks is easily getting this one. Richard sprints back into the screen and taps it out of his hands, releasing it from Brooks' control and allowing the Warriors to fight and pick it up. Huge defensive play that will accumulate no stats, but shows the rookie's imprints on the floor. Before we break down the next play, I gotta put y'all into something that's been a serious upgrade in my routine. Today's sponsor, .com/warriors to get 30% off your first order. That's Gameful open 3 still, and with Booker lining up a second attempt here. Look at Will Richard looking around and realizing there's a man right under the rim without a box out. The natural reflex of running to that man and getting inside position no matter the result of the shot is a testament to the high IQ and fundamentals of the rookie. Not only does he box his man out, he gives himself a chance to be in perfect position to grab the loose ball. Then he gets fouled from behind and this becomes 2 free throws and a 5-point swing. Richard does all the little things that a rookie who wants to make an impact does. What a winning type of player. I've explained in my last video on him that he never gets plays run for him. He puts himself in positions to be successful and plays within the flow of the offense. If you're not the 1st through 5th option, you better learn how to get wide open. Butler tries to post up and tells Richard to spread the floor since he knows his man in Ryan Dunn is cheating to come help. As Mountain drives, Dunn starts ball watching and reacts to Richard before reaching at the last second and getting fully out of position. Richard counters by simply moving into open space and dropping lower on the wing, allowing the easy kick-out pass. Lastly, you have to execute and hit open shots, something the Dubs have been horrible at this year. Richard finishes the play by knocking a triple. Richard is either spotting up for 3 or cutting to the rim. It's really as simple as that. Melton has been a solid secondary ball handler, able to get a step on a good defender and use his speed for a straight line drive. As he is attacking with a strong right hand, Royce O'Neal is locked in as the weak side low man, but has 1 foot in the paint, pretty much ignoring Richard on the perimeter. As Melton jump stops, O'Neal is predicting the kick-out pass, but Richard counters his natural reaction by back cutting on the baseline, allows himself to be available for the bounce pass, and then drawing the foul for 2 more free throws. Last but not least, there is not too much of a breakdown here, but off his own miss, Spencer cheats a bit and reads his lazy pass by Iguodaro and picks it off, getting the last shot of the quarter for the Warriors. Richard's nowhere yet to be seen on the screen, but out of nowhere he comes to make himself available. He keeps his game simple by just moving into open space and spreading the floor. No one's paying attention to him initially, but Spencer's pass is a little short, forcing him to pick it up within the 3-point line. And with Iguodaro naturally playing the drive as the big man, Richard does not drive and instead counters and steps back for a wide-open 3-pointer. The confidence in his young man is straight oozing out of him. There you guys have it. After having a good start to the rookie season, Steve Kerr gave Will Richard 3 straight DMPs while telling the media that he has yet earned his stripes.
72,000 drivers gave us a 4.7-star rating. Our app measures how you drive so that we can reward better drivers with better prices. And they think that's worth 4.7 stars. Root Insurance. Almost perfect and proud of it.
Plantation records from northeastern Alabama reveal an entry dated March 1856 that defies explanation. 12 men, armed, trained, and authorized by law, failed to restrain a single individual. The incident report, buried in county archives for over a century, describes wounds that shouldn't have been survivable. A display of resistance that medical experts of the era deemed physiologically impossible, and an aftermath so disturbing that 3 overseers resigned within days, 2 never speaking of what they witnessed. The plantation owner ordered all documentation sealed, paying families substantial sums for their silence. What actually happened on the Harrington estate that spring morning wasn't supernatural. It was something far more terrifying. A truth about human capability that threatened the entire foundation of Southern society. Before we continue with the story of Jacob Terrell and the morning that changed Harrington Plantation forever, if you're fascinated by dark historical mysteries that blur the line between documented fact and impossible legend, subscribe to this channel and comment below what state you're watching from. We love hearing where our community discovers these forgotten American stories. The incident at Harrington Plantation didn't emerge from nowhere. To understand what transpired, you must first understand the man, the place, and the carefully constructed system that both created overlooking the fields, a Greek revival mansion with 16 rooms and galleries on 3 sides. But the true heart of the operation lay in the quarters. 2 long rows of cabins, the cotton gin, the mill, the smokehouse, and the disciplinary structure that kept the entire system functioning. Colonel Harrington ran his plantation with mathematical precision, keeping detailed records of every bushel picked, every hour worked, every punishment administered. Jacob Terrell arrived at Harrington Plantation in the autumn of 1852, purchased at a Richmond auction for the staggering sum of $2,000, nearly triple the average price. The auction house documents, still preserved in Virginia Historical Archives, describe him as approximately 28 years of age, 6 feet 7 inches in height, 260 pounds, remarkable physical constitution, previous employment in iron foundry work and timber operations, no history of resistance or difficulty. What the documents didn't mention was that Jacob had spent his entire life in industrial labor rather than agricultural work. Born on an iron plantation in the Shenandoah Valley, he'd worked the furnaces and forges from age 12, developing not the lean endurance of field hands, but the dense, compact strength of industrial laborers. His previous owner, a furnace master named Hiram Lowell, had sold him not for discipline problems, but for economic reasons. The Panic of 1851 had devastated Virginia's iron industry, forcing operations to liquidate assets. Colonel Harrington bought Jacob specifically for the most demanding physical tasks on the plantation, clearing new land, operating the cotton press, managing the heaviest equipment. For nearly 4 years, Jacob performed these duties without incident. He spoke little, worked efficiently, and drew no particular attention from overseers or other enslaved people. But something changed in the winter of 1855. Martha Clemens, the plantation's head cook and one of the few enslaved people allowed near the main house, later told her granddaughter, who preserved the account in a Works Progress Administration interview in 1937, that Jacob had received news that autumn. A letter had somehow reached him, though enslaved people were forbidden from receiving correspondence. The letter's contents were never confirmed, but Martha recalled seeing Jacob standing motionless behind the cookhouse one October evening, a piece of paper in his hands, his face transformed by an expression she described as like watching a man realize he's already dead. From that point forward, subtle changes manifested in Jacob's demeanor. He continued working with the same efficiency, but overseers reported an unsettling quality to his compliance, a mechanical precision that felt more like counting down than cooperating. Thomas Gibbard, the head overseer, noted in his daily log that Jacob had begun asking unusual questions about property boundaries, river depths, and distances to neighboring counties. Nothing overtly suspicious, but enough to raise vigilance. The other enslaved people began treating Jacob differently as well. Some avoided him entirely. Others sought his presence during evening gatherings, as if proximity to him provided some undefined reassurance. Old Samuel, who'd lived at Harrington longer than anyone, told Martha that Jacob reminded him of something he'd witnessed once during a storm. The peculiar stillness before the sky turned green and the tornado came. Colonel Harrington, despite his reputation for attentiveness, seemed not to notice these subtle shifts. His attention that winter focused primarily on his eldest daughter Caroline's upcoming marriage to a Charleston merchant, an alliance that would significantly expand his commercial connections. The wedding was planned for late March 1856, with guests expected from across the South. The plantation needed to present its most impressive face. In February, the colonel ordered an expansion of the cotton press operation, requiring additional cleared land and new equipment installation. Jacob was assigned to lead this project, working alongside 8 other men under the direct supervision of 3 overseers: Gibbard, a Kentucky man named Eli Strauss, and a recent hire from Georgia, William Pritchard. The work progressed steadily through February and into early March. But on March 14th, exactly 1 week before Caroline's wedding, everything changed. The morning of March 14th, 1856 began unremarkably. Dawn arrived wrapped in thick fog from the Tallapoosa River, the kind that turned the plantation into a landscape of gray shapes and muffled sounds. The temperature hovered near 40 degrees, cold enough that breath showed white, but not cold enough to delay work. The plantation bell rang at 5:30 a.m., as it did every morning, calling everyone to their assignments. Jacob reported to the cotton press area as required, joining the work crew preparing timber for the new press foundation. Thomas Gibbard was there, along with Eli Strauss and William Pritchard. The three overseers carried their standard equipment, coiled leather straps, wooden battens, and Gibbard's pistol, which he wore prominently on his belt. According to multiple testimonies compiled afterward, the trouble began around 7:15 a.m., though accounts differ on the specific trigger. Gibbard's official report states that Jacob refused a direct order to move a beam, displaying open insolence. Eli Strauss's written statement claims Jacob spoke disrespectfully when corrected for slow work. But Martha Clemens, who was collecting water from the nearby well, heard something else entirely. She later told her granddaughter that she'd heard Gibbard announce that a letter had been intercepted, that its sender had been dealt with according to law, and that Jacob needed to understand the consequences of unauthorized correspondence. Whatever the actual catalyst, what happened next was witnessed by at least a dozen people and documented in incident reports so disturbing that Colonel Harrington initially refused to file them with county authorities. Gibbard approached Jacob with the leather strap, standard procedure for even minor infractions. Jacob, who'd never previously resisted any form of punishment, didn't move. Gibbard ordered him to prepare himself. Jacob remained motionless, his eyes fixed on something in the distance, the direction of the river, some witnesses later said, though from that position the river wasn't visible through the fog. Gibbard struck him across the shoulders. Jacob didn't flinch. Eli Strauss moved to assist, grabbing Jacob's arm to force compliance. What happened then confused everyone present. Strauss later testified that grabbing Jacob's arm felt like gripping an oak beam. Jacob didn't pull away or struggle. He simply remained immobile while Strauss attempted to move him, as if the normal mechanics of human leverage had ceased to function. William Pritchard joined the effort. Three overseers, all larger than average men, accustomed to physical confrontation, attempting to move one person who was offering no active resistance, merely standing still, and failing completely. Gibbard, his authority challenged before the entire work crew, fired his pistol into the air and shouted for additional help.
Give me some.
Passports, bags, thermostat, Uber. Because there are 5 a.m. flights in your area, there are drivers in your area. Good drivers save up to $1,200 when they switch to Root Insurance, because you should be celebrated.
Idiot, what are you doing?
With savings. With Root, you get a car insurance rate based mostly on your driving. Download the Root app today.
In the one-horse open sleigh.
So? The nose, whatever you brought, they chased the football. Say, did you really think that you're 5 yards from the line of scrimmage, that you're going to start and stop, and nobody's going to come from behind?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Listen, hey, when you make those kind of moves, that shifty as Zeke Flowers is, he has to understand you got time for one move. After that, knowing the journey's over, bro. Knowing the journey's over because pursuit is coming. You got to know it. You got time for one move. You catch, you make one move, you either get your ass down or you go forward. One of them. You don't have time to make two. He tried to make a second move, huh?
Ocho,
you can't do it.
Ocho, there's a minute and 45, minute and 50 seconds on the clock, and you got 3 timeouts.
Yeah.
You got plenty of time. That's the equivalent of 3 minutes.
Yeah.
If you get out of bounds, no time. You don't even have to use your timeouts. But you got enough time to use your timeouts.
Yes,
there is nothing to be in a rush about. Be fast, but don't be in a rush.
In a hurry. Yeah.
That's it, Ocho.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Say, Flowers, you got a problem, bro.
Yeah.
You remember the AFC Championship game?
Of course.
We've seen him have that problem again this year.
Yeah.
Henry, you got a problem, bro.
Yeah.
That's the guy's one guy's gonna tackle you. The other guy's coming to get the ball out here.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you what it is now, bro.
Yeah, you're right. Listen, D. Henry, his problem was obviously he was wearing them goddamn sleeves, and you can't feel the goddamn ball. When you got them sleeves on, remember he had the double sleeves on, and I said on the show, I guarantee you the rest of the season he gonna take them damn sleeves off so he can feel the ball underneath his skin. You got to be able to feel that pig skin. And then obviously tonight it was unlucky. Somebody wrapped him up, and listen, he hit the ball at the right place. He hit the ball in the right place and it came out. Zay got to understand. You got to know when the journey is over, young bull. You got to understand. I know you want to make a play. We know you shifty. We know one person ain't going to make a tackle or be able to bring you down. But in that situation, you got to know, get all you can and get your ass down so you guys can do what you need to do and continue that drive.
If you don't mind me asking, where did Derrick Henry have the ball? Did he have the ball high and tight, or did he have the ball right here?
A little low. It was a little low. Yeah, it was a little low.
You see now, okay, he came back, he started carrying it high, but sometimes he relaxed. And you know in football, you can't relax, Ocho.
No, absolutely not.
You got to be on high alert at all times. But look, Nate Wiggins had a chance to seal the game. He guessed right. They ran a slant. He played it perfect, Ocho.
Yeah, they blitzed.
You got to close the deal.
Yeah.
You got to close that deal. Ocho, you can't play it any better, Ocho.
Yeah.
He started creeping inside. He beat him to the point. Ocho, you in the deal. That's a big. You got to hit your head on the goalpost. Now you run into the end zone and jump and slide down the goalpost like you're a fireman.
Yes, sir.
When he didn't make that play, I said they lost the game.
Yeah,
it always happens like that. Go ahead, Ocho.
I say he almost got it. Listen, he read it right. He understood there was a blitz coming, and obviously when the blitz is coming, that goddamn hot, it was 2x2. You know the slant is coming every single time. You watching film and he knows that, and he understood the assignment. He just wasn't able to make the play.
No, you got to make Ocho. You got to make the play.
Yeah.
Because guess what happens? They go down and score a touchdown. Because the whole thing, what we say, Ocho, if they make a mistake, we got to make them pay the ultimate price. A pick six.
Yes, sir.
If we make a mistake, quarterback, just hold on to the ball. Wide receiver, if the ball is thrown up there, just break it up. Get a PI. Just don't let them get. You got to make that play, son.
Yes, sir.
I can't. We got the perfect defense on. We got the right call on. And guess what? The blitz is coming. You know it's Ocho. He took one step and he starts creeping inside. If they run a sluggo, he dead to right. But you know what?
He done.
Coach said, son, if they run a sluggo, that's on me.
That's on us. Yes.
If they run that slant, you be there to take it to the house.
Yes, sir.
I bet that.
Yeah. Hey, that goddamn Drake May on. Boy, that goddamn Drake May, you hear me? Hey, I don't know what it is about Robert Kraft. I don't know who does the goddamn drafting there, but boy, they've been lucky. Boy, they have been lucky. Obviously, you didn't hit with Mac Jones his first year. His first year, he was phenomenal.
Yeah.
His first year, he was phenomenal.
His offensive coordinator? Tell the people who his offensive coordinator was.
Josh McDaniels.
Okay, who's Drake May's offensive coordinator?
Josh McDaniels.
Okay, Bill Belichick tried to get cute. He's going to have Matt Patricia and Joe Judge to be his offensive coordinator.
Yeah. Matt Patricia is a defensive specialist, huh? Matt Patricia is a defensive specialist. You know, I know that. Those who understand the game and been around the game long enough understand that's his specialty. There's no reason Matt Patricia shouldn't have been calling anything offensively. There's a reason why Mac Jones. There's a reason why Drake May looks the way he does. Not only does he have the right supporting cast, when led by Stephon Diggs and brother Mac Hollins and Brute and the rest of the young boys. They have a great running game. And that goddamn Josh McDaniels is playing to Drake May's strengths. He's playing to Drake May's strengths, and it's making things easy. They making it look easy.
Deeply powered by AI. Filmora 15 understands your intent.
Along with the Patriots, the Broncos, the Jags, all have a chance. The Chargers all got a chance at the number 1 seed.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The inside track, basically, it could be the Jags because the Jags have beat the Broncos, they beat the Chargers, they beat the 49ers, they beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
How's that for an impressive resume?
Yeah, very impressive. And matter of fact, you know what? The Ferrari's still in the garage. The Ferrari for the Jaguar is still in the garage. I'm assuming he's out for the season, right?
Who that?
Travis Hunter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Listen. I mean, listen. The Ferrari, as I like to call him, he's still in the garage. So they were able to do what they've done this year, offensively, without Travis Hunter. your number 2 pick. You know, someone who's special, who we know can do some things on both sides of the ball, and they've been phenomenal all year long. And what the Jaguars, what, 11-4 or 12-4?
Yes, 11-4.
Whew. Man, listen, Duval.
Man, Ocho, they might as well just go ahead and shut Lamar down.
Yeah, well,
he has not been the same since he's came back. And Ocho, and you know, I don't really advocate for anything like this,
right?
But it might be time for the Ravens to get a new voice. They're moving further and further away from getting where they want to be.
Right. Hold on, wait, take your time. Take your time real quick, man. It's Sunday, so if you're gonna preach, I'm gonna need better context and to give me a little bit more perspective. Now, when you say they need a new voice.
Yes, they need to go in a different direction. First of all, they've allowed this team to get old and slow. They got no pass rush. Drake May had all night. But when you brought pressure, that sacrificed your back end.
Yes.
Marlon Humphrey's a little older now. He's not the same Marlon Humphrey that he once was. Although he had great coverage on Williams, it was just a perfect throw. But you cannot allow the guy to pat the ball. Drake May was just patting the ball.
Right.
Just patting the ball. Just patting the ball all night long. And when you brought pressure because they're not good in coverage, he just picked them apart.
Yeah.
And I look at the Ravens right now. There's not one Baltimore Raven fan that can tell you that they have a realistic chance. If they were to make the playoffs, even if Lamar came back, they got a realistic chance of getting to and winning the Super Bowl. They're further away now. They've gotten further and further away from the Super Bowl than what they were a couple of years ago.
Now wait a minute. Are you saying this? Now we do have to understand that Lamar went out. Lamar was hurt.
They had Lamar last year.
Yeah, but you got to understand.
Are they closer to a Super Bowl? Lamar and what happened? Last year he played all the way through. The year before that, what happened? He got hurt. What happened this year? The injuries are starting to come with greater regularity.
Dress up. Have a good
And if you take his legs away from him, Ocho, they're not the same team.
Wait. If you take his legs away, he's phenomenal. He's shown improvement.
How does he look?
Huh?
How does he look that he can't run dealing with that hamstring? You say he got his arm, they take his leg, you say he's good. How does he look?
Yes, one more. And another.
And?
One more.
No. How does he look? I said if you take his legs away from him, he's not the same guy. You said if you take his leg away from him, he can still beat you with his arm. How has he looked since he got injured with those legs and he cannot run? How does he look?
Yeah, okay. I mean, not the Lamar we're used to seeing. Not the Lamar. But hold on. But also, what I will say is, listen, I'm not even a Ravens fan. I'm not even a Ravens fan. But in this case, the whole we need a new voice. We've allowed this team to get slower. Listen, there's only so much you can do, though, huh? You hear what I'm saying? There's only so much you can do. You know, and listen, you think about premium pass rushers. It ain't that many. It ain't that many. Being able to put a team together that can make a quarterback uncomfortable and get a quarterback off the spot. You know, that being able to have players where that motto and that analogy that you guys have, play like a Raven, like those are hard to come by. Those are hard to come by. So you have to draft correctly.
Hop off.
You have to develop correctly.
Come back.
That's just that hasn't
Check
been your
some out.
identity in a very
See
long
what's
time.
going on.
That team
Oh,
goes
they
as
got
Lamar
off.
Jackson goes.
And he's not going right now.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
And when he does go, come playoff time, he hasn't been Lamar Jackson of the regular season. The Lamar MVP Jackson in the playoffs, not enough.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I understand.
Ocho, you know the guy that leads the